Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing in BI. And I've got an interesting update from AXO about the airdrop. They dropped out of nowhere. This announcement, I was kind of wondering what was going on with the release of the project and the allocation of AXO tokens to the people that participated in their ISPO. I jumped in a little late in the game, maybe halfway through. I did not get a ton of AXO, very small amount. And I was wondering when they were going to drop. I was going to do the responsible thing, which would be to sell them right away, take the ADA, and either, hedge it on Indigo or stake it in a stability pool. Depending on how much, ADA you would get. There's a very few amount of tokens for the AXO project, less than 100 million tokens. I want to say it's like 40 or 60 million, something like that, a very small max supply, very small. So these tokens should be worth a decent amount of ADA, given how much liquidity they get. But let's take a look at the announcement here. To welcome in the new year, AXO is bringing you a surprise. Your original staked ADA rewards from when AXO and was Maladex. Don't worry, you're still eligible for your AXO token airdrop. So the staked rewards that I generated was given to the project, and in exchange for that, I would get rewarded with Maladex tokens or MAL tokens, which then turns into AXO tokens. So they gave that back, and that's what that payment was in that wallet. In a previous video I did, I was like, what the heck? Why did I randomly get ADA in my wallet? That was weird. But this is why, because they returned the rewards. So this is a marvelous thing. This is great. This shows a lot of character, trust, all positives. This is an ridiculously positive, incredibly positive thing that has happened with this project, because they had money that they could have kept and used and spent, but they returned it, and then they returned some fee to the stake pool operators. So they were putting out 500,000 ADA or something, maybe even more. Maybe they tell the number in here, but we'll see. Regarding the initial community distribution, the digital asset industry is evolving, and many emergent behaviors have yet to be fully assured in the legal landscape. So here we're starting to get bad news right here. I don't like the way that this sentence is forming this paragraph. This set a novel dynamics, including funding methods such as stake pools and crowdfunding via decentralized protocols. The AXO community support of Maladex stake pools generated ADA rewards, which have not been touched since they were received. The decision not to use these funds was taken given the regulator's unclear guidance regarding the treatment of income generated from stake pools and AXO's commitment to approach regulatory compliance proactively. So they had a bunch of money that they raised in a new way that might be deemed shady or even illegal in a lot of financial jurisdictions across the world. They want to stay in compliance, whatever that compliance may be. It may say, hey, you can't be funded via crowd funding, and then they're out. They can't get compliance, so they won't be able to work with financial institutions, mainstream companies, corporations, banks, funds. They won't be able to do that. So they want to protect that lane of business that they are proactively trying to get involved in. So they don't want to risk it. So they're giving all the money back. Regulations for financial entities already exist, but many in the digital asset industry choose to believe this doesn't apply to them. There are some edge case scenarios where the new technology allows for specific interactions that weren't otherwise possible. In these instances, some clarity is required before proceeding. Being on a distributed and public ledger is not an exemption from following law. If anything, it's a stage where projects get the spotlight on them. Developing businesses in this industry must err on the conservative side or run into legal problems down the line. Many projects have prioritized short-term growth over long-term viability and could potentially pay dearly for this. AXO wants to grow and work with both retail and institutional clients alike, so it's essential that to be legally compliant. AXO thus aims to be proactive in identifying any potential problems. To that end, AXO has decided to return ADA assigned to every wallet originally delegated to the Maladex pools. This return also includes the min pool fee, which takes 340 ADA from the first block that a stake pool mints per epoch. The AXO consideration, the min pool is against the spirit of free markets and should be eliminated from Cardano. This official cost is a barrier to entry for newer and more efficient stake pool entrants, as they look expensive by comparison due to their mandatory lower delegator returns. Cardano doesn't presently have proof of stake, where stake pool operators are assessed on their technical proficiency. It instead has proof of early and existing popularity. All the rewards from the initial distribution should be in your original wallet now. If not, please reach out to AXO directly on Discord. AXO is also aware the community is excited about receiving AXO tokens for their early support, so it is decided to still gift eligible community members AXO tokens as an airdrop. That don't sound good. And also they are extremely good with their support, very responsive. They took care of me, got me my NFTs. So here goes the bad part. The AXO token will be claimable through the AXO vault. Once there, you can connect your wallet and see your eligible tokens. In the coming weeks, you will be able to register to claim your AXO tokens, but you must complete an identity verification process. Oh, God. The verification process will include proving your identity via official documentation. No. A phone number, no. An email, no. And a proof of liveness, where users prove their identity in front of a webcam to show that they're not using stolen documentation and are who they claim to be. This is terrible. The Know Your Customer KYC identity verification procedure is a standard requirement across the financial industry. This regulation protects financial platforms and their users from identity theft, fraud, and otherwise illicit activities. So everybody gets dragnetted because someone might do something bad. And then when that someone does something bad, they don't punish them anyway. So none of this makes sense. This is a dragnet. Institutions that do not comply with such regulations in TradFi are subject to sanctions, loss of licensure, and being shut down. If AXO were negligent in this, it would hinder financial entities from considering using the protocol. AXO wishes to expand trading opportunities for its users. As such, it will make the choices that maximize user freedom over the long term instead of choosing what may be immediately popular. In the future, AXO users will be able to use their verified data to create decentralized identifiers, or DIDs, a type of digital ID that is not controlled by a central authority, but is instead self-sovereign and managed by the user. These DIDs will be useful across the digital asset industry, allowing users to verify their identity while retaining complete control over the expression of their data. Furthermore, AXO will even allow users to verify businesses within the claim process, enabling traditional businesses to operate on-chain as an important step towards widespread adoption, as it opens up numerous financial opportunities that would not be possible otherwise. Please note that company verification is subject to a $250 ADA fee at this time, as the process is not yet fully automatable. Okay, so they got to pay people to do this, go through this process. Once you have completed the verification process, you can claim your AXO tokens within the AXO vault. Up to 4 AXO token eligible wallets can be associated with any connected identity on the platform. Users can link more wallets to a given profile, but they will be subject to separate anti-money laundering checks. Due to the added administrative burden, users with wallets beyond the standard threshold will have to pay a processing fee of 150 ADA per wallet. Please reach out to AXO directly on Discord if you wish to add more than 4 wallets to a verified identity. Interesting. So they're playing the long game. They're playing the future of blockchain, public blockchain. They're making sure their users are KYC'd, but this is going to create a problem for my use case. And I know it's going to be a poor experience for those who choose not to KYC. I feel it's going to probably be like, I don't know, like what is 8X Pro? 8X Pro has a central exchange and a decentralized exchange, both with completely different looks and feels, and they're two completely different products. And I feel that that's where this is going. This is going to be awesome for those that want to KYC, and it's going to be for people that don't. And that's okay. That's their project. That's what they want to do. My thing is, if you were going to do this, why not be upfront with it? Because I wouldn't have delegated if I would have known this. KYC process is not a requirement to use the AXO platform. Traders will be able to deploy non-verified trades from any wallet in exchange on a peer-to-peer basis. However, it is encouraged to verify one's identity, as it will broaden the available pool of potential trade counterparties. See, it's going to be a lower experience for people that are not verified. You'll have less liquidity. Your prices will be higher. AXO is decentralized and permissionless and gives users complete control over the trade execution conditions, including whom they do business with. Because of this feature, when prominent institutions join the platform, they can participate in trading environment with the possibility to prove that one's counterparty isn't a sanctioned or potentially politically exposed person. By extension, users willing to be transparent about their identity will have access to more efficient markets and deeper liquidity. See, what did I tell you? AXO will not share any information it may have with counterparties except when compelled to do so by authorities with a court order. And that's a problem because there are some governments that are corrupt and they'll just launch court orders for everyone and do a dragnet. And then they hand over all that information. And then that government is going through arresting, suing, jailing, and in some instances, probably executing people. No. This is not decentralized. This is extremely centralized. The extent to which they decide to be private is your choice, but other users might choose not to engage with your trades to remain regulatorily compliant. So it's like cancel culture, basically, but for finance. AXO allows users to define what they value and have the market organically determine its economic worth. This includes their privacy. There is an implied cost in withholding information when trading with someone. AXO makes this usually implicit cost into an explicit one, as people can see the price difference of the same asset under different execution conditions. So at least they show you what the price will be. That'll be cool. Although through AXO, every trade can happen in both parties' consent to the execution conditions. There is no ultimate price for any asset, but a variable range that adjusts on a case-by-case basis, rooted in individual goals and desires. So it allows you to kind of just like automate trades and stuff, and you can set things up in the future and stop losses and all kinds of different kind of trade scenarios. Important information regarding the AXO token vesting process. Also, 20% of the tokens will be available immediately, and then 80% are going to be vested over a year. Like, that's crazy. What if you only got like 2 tokens? That's bogus. This is bogus. And I can't be the only person in Cardano social media that doesn't believe that this is bogus. And you've got all of these content creators on YouTube talking about how this is so great and we got an airdrop coming and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. This is terrible. I'm not using this platform. We're the early people here. They stated here that they're playing the long game. They don't care about us. They want the institutions that are going to be coming into the space down the line. And that's fine, I guess. My problem is they should have told us this in the beginning, and I would have delegated to something else. I would have put more of my money in the min swap pool, even though that didn't even really work out too well. I would have still done it and I would have sold. But anyway, thank you for checking out the channel. Hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.